a football guru, quarterback pundit, super face of ESPN, former NFL quarterback, former teammate of mine, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
Hey,
Dano, couple, I would say about 22% of the Marines out here clap for you. I was trying to eyeball it. I think about 22.
32.
Yeah,
32.
I think Dan. I think
they're all Cowboys fans. So, but thank you for your service.
I think
thank
if
you for your service.
Dan, you should think about giving them like a hoorah right now. You should try to do that right now.
Let me see if I can do this in like the proper fashion. Hoorah!
Oh, you should not have responded to that. Okay, that was bad for the Marines. That was bad for the Marine Corps right there. I don't know.
I got to do it better again?
Just a little.
No, you had your chance.
No, we cannot have that.
That was so bad, dude.
All right, I'll do it again. Oh.
No.
Oh my God!
You can't yell.
Yeah, it was.
It cuts it off.
Your AirPods actually said nope in the middle of that, so we didn't even hear it because they were so embarrassed for your mouth. Your AirPods were so embarrassed for what was coming out. I think you need one more. I think if you were to hit one more good one, I think you would.
I can't do it louder. All right, I'll try to do it not loud but louder. Hoorah!
Why is he doing that?
That was the worst one.
Why? Yeah, well, you're like doing a Duval thing. You're doing like one of those.
Because, dude, I'm trying to get it to carry across my ear pods to you in an area that's got speakers and do it respectfully so I don't look like a complete jackass. So, like,
a jackass? It turns out you just did it. Hoorah! Yeah, see, Dano? I mean, that is just.
Hoorah!
All right, let's get the
His
football.
AirPods are letting him down.
Yeah, it's your AirPods. Well,
And
where
he's
are
letting
those?
us down.
I'm not getting into it. Not getting into
great
it.
hoodie, though.
And I would like the Marines to know that what you are first to fighting for is a man to be able to drink what appears to be 10,000 cc's of a blue juice every single day. So thank you guys for doing that. We appreciate you guys. Talk about last night. Did you hear Ty? Yeah, I think you were on there while Ty was talking about full panic button in Green Bay. And I kind of went through our relationship with the Green Bay Packers fans and how stupid we looked at times. And now maybe in the end, I don't know how it's all going to play out. What are your thoughts on the Green Bay Packers last night? And is Jordan Love a guy? Is LaFleur a guy? Are the Packers done? Like, Ty is really hitting that panic button pretty loud this morning. Should he be?
They got to rip the Band-Aid off Jordan Love. They got to rip the handcuffs off him. This ain't a Jordan Love thing, okay? I've talked about this offense and the offensive line not being good enough. That was, once again, the case a little bit. Some of the play calling, trying to be overly creative. When I watched Jordan last night, I'm sitting there going, this is why I hate the term when people talk about in quarterback context, protect the football. Because I feel like the Packers for the last month offensively are in this, let's live in this protective world. And it even is impacting the way I feel like Matt's calling the game. You're not going to be great by living in this protection world. Jordan really hasn't been this, oh my gosh, he's careless with the football player for years now. It's this narrative that was a little bit of his early on, but the protective element is forcing him to play at times so gun shy, so cautious. And I want to tell LaFleur, like, dude, you got to rip the Band-Aid off of this. Your defense is fantastic. Stop playing it so close to the vest. Stop playing it so shy. Stop getting this quarterback to be so cautious with the football that, like, even the fumble that he has right before the half, D-Butt knows this. It's man-to-man. When you're in that situation, you get man, there's only two people he could throw this football to, right? It's a double move at the bottom of the screen or the tight end run the corner route. Other than that, it's like there's not really any other options. So there's not really a read that has to get made. Jordan Love goes to kind of make a throw before then right when he catches the snap and he doesn't throw it. Now, yes, he can't do that. Yes, if you were going to ask me the one area Jordan's got to grow in, it's like that situational football. The first drive sack on second down, don't take. That sack, don't take. But before the sack even happens, D-Buck, I'm sitting there going, you got one-on-one. Throw the go route in the corner and see if you can make the best throw you could possibly make. So that's my overall offensive takeaways. They got to take the handcuffs off the quarterback and stop playing this protective style of offense.
I appreciate that you're saying, hey, that guy that maybe isn't making the best decisions all the time, let's put more decisions on his plate.
Let him rip it.
Let's take the Band-Aid off. Let's make this thing even bigger. You think that'll actually unleash him as opposed to maybe continue to put him in situations where he panics? I don't want to say panics, but
I think that when you have quarterbacks that are so cautiously and consciously playing a don't make a mistake mindset on a play-by-play basis, you box them in so much. And I think that they become so high stressed with that decision in that moment. Of course, you want guys to make the right decision on a consistent basis, but I need you to make aggressive decisions. We didn't pay you $55 million to manage this game. I paid you $55 million to go win a Super Bowl. And I need to have you be in an aggressive mindset to do that.
All right, Dano. I don't know if that's how every Green Bay Packers fan feels like is the answer. LaFleur might be the guy. All-time leading tackler for the Packers. A.J. Hawk has a question for you, Dano.
Yeah, Dan, is this offense too predictable? There's obviously a hot mic that picked up, the Eagles D-line calling out inside zone last night on one of their running plays and getting a TFL on that. Is that something you see when you watch them? And I guess how do you move out of that? How do you make Jordan Love more aggressive, too, and make him push the ball down the field?
Yeah, I mean, so to answer how do you get them to be more aggressive? Like, we could be honest about their number 1, their number 2, and number 3 pass catchers not being available last night as well. No Tucker Kraft, no Matthew Golden, no Jaden Reed. He's been out for a while. That certainly impacts 3 or 4 critical drops. It could potentially change the narrative of this. I don't find this offense predictable. I think there's a lot of movement. Sometimes I feel like they're overly complicated. Yeah, I've been on that train. So the 4th and 1 play call, here's my takeaway from that 4th and 1 play call, AJ, that you're talking about. Jordan talked that in hurry up when they were playing with some urgency, that they had run that play a couple times. I'm with that. Like, you got to use a different code word, or like maybe get to a different thing, or don't snap it, because obviously Philly, was all over it. I would also say this. Can we all agree to stop putting a non-mobile or non-threatened running quarterback in the gun on 3rd and short and 4th and short? If you're not going to run the quarterback on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, stop being in the shotgun to run the football. That doesn't make any sense. If you have him as a running threat, then I'm fine with it. But if the guy's never going to be a running threat on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, then why are we in the shotgun handing the football off? But I don't find it overly complicated. And I think to be more aggressive, I'll go last night, AJ. 2nd down is the reason the Packers lost the football game.
Let's go to that side of the entire game last night. D-Bud has the last question for you here about the Eagles.
Jalen Phillips had a big-time night, too. But I want to ask you about the offense. We're talking about, obviously, the Packers' offense, but the Eagles' offense, they didn't put up a ton of points. Win's a win, especially on the road. Had that 4th and 6 late that they went for, didn't execute. What's your thoughts on the Eagles' offense now and going forward?
Yeah, mentally tough was the performance last night from the whole group, and shout out to Lane Johnson. I mean, they got to remember that most of that game was played without their best player, Lane. Somehow Lane Johnson comes back and finishes that game. I have no idea how, because I can't imagine the physical and the toughness that he displayed. But, I mean, the first drive is a huge deal because they chew up so much clock, the punch-out fumble. For me, D-Butt, the touchdown pass to Devontae is such a thing of beauty because – they got their play action pass going in the second half. Okay, so this is why this touchdown pass is so good to me. If you guys can rewind it from the start, 1 D-Butt, they put formation in the boundary. Bottom of the screen, there's trips. Okay, so that gathers the attention. 2, it's A.J. Brown. 3, they motion over, play action. The safety near the bottom of the screen, you can't see me, be on your guy's left side. He's got to have vision on the tight end and the back. The tight end goes across the formation, the back ball fake. So now it really becomes a double team on AJ. That's why the pump fake right there by Jalen. He's trying to get that backside safety to stay down, and it's really about Devontae Smith now. I've created all the space to the bottom left of the screen. Devontae, you have to go win the route. And D-Buck, you'll appreciate this. Devontae does such a good job with the route because Devontae's lined up like 3 yards outside of the hash pre-snap.
Very condensed.
The safety's on the hash. He just chases leverage, gains leverage. See how he never makes a move? He just chases the leverage, and it's a great trust throw by Jalen. And that dude's one of the best 50-50 go-getters in the league.
Devontae Smith getting a touchdown. Good news for the wide receiver room in Philadelphia. Good news for the Eagles as a whole. And it sounds like the Eagles are pumped they get a win on Monday night. They keep it moving. And Packers fans think it's over. That's football, baby. Dano,
be fine.
Any final messages here to the fine Marines on Parris Island?
Just a massive thank you. I don't have really anybody in my direct family that is a part of the military. My wife's father was in Vietnam, but I never got a chance to meet him. Both grandfathers fought in the wars, but I never met them. So I don't really have a direct family that's part of the military, but I have such a ridiculous appreciation I think when a lot of us accomplish some of the things that we're able to accomplish and get to live the lives that we get to live, we take it for granted at times. But today's certainly a reminder that freedom's amazing, man, and we don't get it without you guys. And shout out to Saw Dog for that's a family friend that was in the military. But man, on a daily basis, just super grateful. I think what you guys are doing, Pat, is awesome. So I wish we had every day like this, candidly. You know, wish every day we took 5 seconds to appreciate what we have as Americans.
Yeah, buy a coffee, say hello, say thank you,
Yeah,
and maybe
man.
even drop a hoorah!
Hear that there?
Hoorah!
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
See you. Thank you, Dan. Let's go walk it off.